My name's Kelvin Purdy. I want people to understand just how deliberate the injustice was in my case. My own lawyers, Malin McKim and Susan Wishart, had proof that the Crown's own DNA expert, Dr. Donald Riley, had scientifically excluded me from key evidence. That should have ended my case. In fact, Susan Wishart picked him up at the airport herself and brought him to court. He was sitting there, ready to testify, ready to dispute the Crown's claims. But they never told me. They never put him on the stand. And then, in their closing arguments, the Crown told the jury I was not DNA excluded, that the evidence didn't exist. That was a flat-out lie. That was obstruction of justice. That was perjury. I went through trial and appeal without ever knowing science had already cleared me. Later, I found out the truth. But then it was too late. Some of the very people who failed me, who suppressed the DNA evidence, were promoted to the bench. And that's when I got my files. I filed complaints with the Law Society of BC and Canada, and they both refused to investigate because those same lawyers are now justices. The system is protecting itself instead of protecting the innocent. This is not just ineffective assistance of counsels. This is collusion between the defense and the Crown. It is obstruction, sabotage, and systemic racism, allowing a false conviction to stand when DNA exclusion means the Crown's case is over. I spent 21 years in prison. Gladue was not done, even though my case was in Nanaimo, BC, the birthplace of Gladue. Now I'm on strict parole in Montreal. Still branded guilty, separated from my family, even though DNA proves I was scientifically excluded. My children and grandchildren live with this injustice too. The CCRG, Criminal Conviction Review Group, has now minimized this. They want to brush Indigenous and Métis cases like mine under the rug. But I'm telling the truth. DNA exclusion means freedom. I am asking the Prime Minister and the Minister of Justice to order an administrative review now. If the review confirms that my lawyers and Crown do and hit the DNA exclusion, both are true, then order a new trial in March of 2026, so a new justice can finally hear the DNA evidence in open court. DNA exclusion means freedom. Family together means justice. Miigwech.